What's up, y'all? Brandon with BC Talks here. Much like Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm seems to be taking a step back in 2024 to reevaluate and rework some of their plans for the future of the Star Wars universe. They actually just announced yesterday that Jon Favreau, who co created The Mandalorian alongside Dave Filoni, is set to direct a new Star Wars movie titled The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is going to go into production later this year. Now, I really hope that is a working title because I do not like the title for that movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh boy, Joe, I gotta tell you that sounds awful.
I'm hoping they change that before the movie comes out. But there are no Star Wars movies releasing this year, which is going to continue the drought of no Star Wars movies since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker, which was the finish to the sequel trilogy. So, no Star Wars movies in 2024. What do we have to look forward to? Well, there are a few streaming shows that look very interesting coming out this year on Disney Plus, and I'm going to talk about those in today's Star Wars preview. The one I'm most looking forward to is The Acolyte. This show is set towards the end of the High Republic era, roughly a couple centuries before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And the synopsis reads: The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. Now, this is an interesting time period to set a series in, as it's considered the height of the Galactic Republic, as well as a very active time for the Jedi, which means that we should be seeing way more Jedi than we usually do in a Star Wars property, and a lot of awesome lightsaber battles. Now, Amanda Stenberg is going to star as the Acolyte, but we don't know much about her character other than it seems as though she is the Padawan mentioned in the synopsis that is going to be reuniting with her Jedi Master. Also in the show will be Lee Jung Jae of Squid Game fame and Dean Charles Chapman, who is known for Game of Thrones, who will both be playing Jedi Knights, as well as Daphne Keene, who you should know from Logan, who will be playing an alien Jedi, which sounds awesome. Now, one of the more interesting characters we do know is appearing is Rebecca Henderson as Venestra Rowe, who is also known as Vern and is a Jedi Knight from the Light of Jedi comics. Now, I don't read the High Republic comics as much, so I'm not as well versed in the lore of the High Republic comics, so I don't really know this character that well. But from what I've seen online, she seems to be a pretty well liked character, so hopefully she will be interesting in this show. Although, according to the time period of this show, she's going to be a little bit older than she is in the comics, so that'll be interesting as well. There are also rumors going around that Palpatine's master, Darth Plagueis himself,
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
could appear, which would be awesome because we would finally get to see the infamous Darth Plagueis in live action. Like I said earlier, we don't really know much about the Acolyte, but it's one that I'm very much looking forward to, as we are going to get to see a lot more of the Jedi in the height of their powers go against a rising Sith threat. It should be interesting and a lot of fun. Another interesting show that we're getting this year, but we don't have a ton of information on, is Skeleton Crew. The synopsis reads: Skeleton Crew follows the journey of four kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, then get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. Finding their way home and meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. Now, the cast of Skeleton Crew is led by Jude Law, but will also star Ravi Kabat Conyers, Kiriana Crater, Robert Timothy Smith, Ryan Kira Armstrong, Tunde Adembipe, and Carrie Condon. Now, Jude Law is obviously the draw here. I am not familiar with any of these child actors, but it has been said that this show is The Goonies meets Star Wars, which is an interesting sounding concept. Outside of that, though, we don't really know anything about this series, but I'm looking forward to a trailer or a teaser, hopefully sometime soon. Now, the most beloved show in the Star Wars fandom right now is probably The Bad Batch. and we are scheduled to get season 3 of The Bad Batch at some point this year. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I haven't finished season 2 of The Bad Batch yet. I just got really busy and behind on it, and it just got away from me. But I am looking forward to catching up on season 2 once we get a little bit closer to season 3 and I get hyped up for it again. But because I haven't finished season 2 and I'm trying to avoid spoilers for season 2, I really don't have much to say on The Bad Batch other than if you're not watching The Bad Batch, you definitely should. And I am looking forward to getting a trailer for The Bad Batch 3 real soon. And the final Star Wars release for 2024 is Tales of the Jedi Season 2. And of course, that is going to continue the trend of Star Wars projects dropping this year that we know next to nothing about.
Please just tell us something, anything.
Hopefully, they start dropping trailers soon because we don't know anything about any of these. But the first season of Tales of the Jedi was a lot of fun, and we got a much deeper look at the backstory of Ahsoka and also how Count Dooku slowly fell to the dark side, which was very interesting. Now, like I said, we don't really know anything about what season 2 is going to be about, but I am looking forward to it just based off of how great season 1 was. So, that's all the Star Wars projects that are releasing in 2024. It's all streaming shows, and we know next to nothing about any of them.
All right, then, keep your secrets.
But hopefully they will start dropping trailers or character posters or even little nuggets of anything soon because I am really looking forward to them, but I don't know anything about any of them. But what are you most looking forward to from Star Wars this year? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more comic book and pop culture talk, and I will see y'all another day.